There was complete stillness in the valley as Krishna's footstep met the dusty mountain road. The flowing stream shone in the moonlight, and the wind was chilling cold. Nearing the village, he saw that the lights were lit at the tavern. Boisterous laughter was ringing. He made his way towards the merriment. At the counter, he ordered some beer and sat down. Big lampshades hung from the ceiling over each table. The furniture was wooden, old, and creaky. At the table across him, a group of peasants were drinking heavily. There was smoke in the air. Two old men sat and drank whiskey on the table next to him. The owner of the tavern was a stout, well-built man, nearly 6 feet. He wore a sleeveless shirt and his muscular arms showed. His beard was black, cheekbones protruding, and yellow teeth smeared with tobacco. The drinks were served by his daughter, tall and broadly built, unattractive but sturdy. She wore a red dress, and her anklet made a sound every time she served a drink. She went by Meena. Krishna ordered beer after beer and sat in silence, taking in the scene. The owner of the tavern left in his jeep for an errand. Soon enough, one of the drunk farmers touched Meena's rear. She shrieked. Krishna rose and struck the guy in the face. The drunk farmer fell from the chair on the floor, his nose bleeding. The farmer's friends, 7 of them, rose in anger. A short, lean guy broke his beer bottle on the table and charged towards Krishna. Meena ran out of the tavern. Krishna moved away from the sharp glass aimed towards him and hit the attacker in the face, who went down as well. The other guys then moved in to corner Krishna. He kicked and punched and kept them at bay. But then, smack, a bottle cracked on Krishna's head and he went down, bleeding. The guys lifted him and threw him out of the tavern. And beat him on the grass outside. As Krishna's consciousness was about to fade, he saw Meena run in with her father and the police. The peasants scattered away. The policemen lifted Krishna to the jeep, and the inspector drove to the village doctor. Meena and her father sat in the back seat, tending to Krishna with an ice pack. At the late hour, Dr. Jeevan was at his home. They went and knocked on his door. He came out and examined Krishna. We have to take him to the hospital immediately, he said. Everyone drove in the jeep to the hospital, 2 miles away. The doctors called the nurses on the way. At the hospital, the power was out. So the male nurse used the generator to bring the lights on. The place was minimalistic. The doctor's room, a small dispensary, and an operation theatre. The plaster was old and pale yellow in color. A photograph of Gandhi hung in the doctor's room. The doctor gave Krishna anesthesia and performed a surgical procedure to remove small pieces of glass from Krishna's skull. After the operation, they stitched Krishna's head. The lady nurse did an X-ray to understand if there was internal damage. He should be fine, the doctor said. Meena and her father heaved a sigh of relief. They started the jeep and drove Krishna home. The servant, Raju, was waiting at the door. The doctor briefed Raju on Krishna's condition, and the male nurses took him on the stretcher to the bedroom. Give him these medicines 3 times a day after meals. Okay, Dr. Sahib. Everyone left once Krishna was safely in bed. The moon shone bright in the sky. The wind was bitter cold outside. The dusty mountain road, the temple, the tavern, the hospital, all stood in their place, silent and unaware of the events of the night.